Hey, what's up, Terrell? What's up, Raz? Hey, Raccoon. Just bear with me, I'm just running a little late today, and I forgot to clean my airbrushes. Hey, Henry. I'm doing alright. Crazy week, but doing better now. Hopefully you guys have been doing good. Oh, you got a bunch of them back the way they were? That's good. Glad that worked out for you. What did you do? Just put the bottle in there, or did you put them in like another container? Well, that's good. Glad you got it worked out. Was there enough liquid in the paints too? Like enough like water moisture? Can I ask what colors you salvaged? Like were they like solid like reds, yellows, or was it skin tones? Was it the transparencies? Yeah, I never had, as far as the transparency skin tones, I've never really had an issue with those, but it was like the other solid colors. I think I never had a problem really with any of the skin tone line, it was the solid color line I had an issue with. If I'm not mistaken, these paints were based off the skin tones from a company, and then I think they worked solid colors in when Jesse got into them more. They were like skin tone for like taxidermy paints, if I remember correctly. Boiling water? Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just once the transparencies gel up to like a glob of plastic, it's like a done deal. But I'm glad you got to get some of them salvaged. It's better to have some salvage than none at all. I didn't have any luck with mine, but then again, I don't have like something to shake them with, so. I actually read that wrong, Eric, Raccoon. Far away without my glasses on. I thought you said I was practicing breakdancing. I was like, what the hell is she doing? Some kind of like new thing that's going on? Breakdancing's back? I gotta reread everything before I say anything. Yeah, I know. I know you guys were chatting, but I thought you said you were practicing breakdancing, and I was just like, what the hell? Never mind me. It's just been one of those weeks. One of those weeks. Oh, if you guys are on my Patreon, I did make the post for the Jessica Rabbit stuff. So if you haven't thought of anything, read the post. Hey, what's up, Scott? Well, that's I just put stuff up, Raccoon. You could come up with your own. That's just some examples. You know? I just threw a bunch of stuff together I thought would look kind of cool. Give you guys some ideas that what I'm thinking about, you know, stuff like that. And you just come up with 3 of them, I guess. And then we'll do a whole random voting of everything. You know, Lady what is it, Demetrius or whatever from Resident Evil. You could do a Jill Valentine from Resident Evil. You know, there's all kinds of stuff. So. No problem, Raz. I left it up to the paid subscription. I guess I didn't realize that Patreon does free subscribers. I didn't realize that. But I wanted to leave it up to the guys that are donating to vote. Maybe like what I was thinking of doing is you can have like the free people vote too. So what I was thinking of is the second one, like what we'll do is when we pull them out of the hat, I'm thinking the top one, the voting goes to the paid subscribers, and then the third one we'll do the public voting, and then everyone could vote on publicly on that one. Thinking that's what I'll do. So the paid subscribers get the vote on the second, you know, the first one that's we pull, you know, vote down. And then whatever's I don't know, I gotta figure it out, but I'm thinking to try to do something like that. What do you guys think? Only because there's not, some of the guys that are donating and subbing, they don't vote at all, so it's gonna be kind of tricky. Unless you got some other ideas on voting, because I was thinking of just put them in the hat, pull out a bunch on stream, and then use that as the poll. But if you guys got some other suggestion for trying to get the free subs involved, unless that's going to bother you guys, I don't know. So what do you think? One batch we do paid and one batch we do free. I mean, you could, even if you pay, you can still vote in the free section. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Try something a little bit different. But if we have a bunch of good ideas, I think no matter what it gets voted, will work good with Jessica. So. Yeah, I don't know. Or how about this? No, I don't know. I'm trying to think. What if we do? We pull out like 4 items. Shit, I don't know. I gotta think about it. I'm trying to think. So, like, say if everybody puts in 3, and say we get at least maybe 12 to 15 recommendations, you know, we could do pull out a bunch out of a hat and do a paid only voting, and then we could pull out the rest out of the hat and do a free voting. Maybe that'll be a little bit easier. I think that'll probably be a little bit better. I'm not a big time Patreon guy to kind of be able to have tons of votes, so I'm trying to come up with a little bit of something. Raz, for the Jessica, if you were to print it out in the scale I want it to be printed out, do you know what the size of the base would be at all? Because I figure with the warm weather and I got a bunch of garage work to still do, I could probably get in there and maybe cast up like 3 generic bases. But if I kind of had an idea of what the base would be, I can sort of see what container I can use. Just an estimate, what it would be on the, how round it is. I'm just trying to think. I figure if I could get as much as I can get ready before you do them, I'd be in good shape. Bases are not that hard to make, it's just that if there's like a lot of bubbles at the bottom, I'll have to use some Bondo and kind of clean it up. Kind of excited to work on the Jessicas. It'll be kind of fun to see what we come up with. And like I said, like always, once they're done, any of the paid members are interested in purchasing it, they get first dibs. If not, they'll just be thrown up on eBay. 9 inches? Alright, I think the bases I have are about that. I mean, even if the ones I have are a little bit smaller, that's fine too. Well, let me so I'm thinking these bases here would work. Because I don't want to have big bases for them. Smaller ones. Oops. So these are about 7, so I think 7 will probably work better because we're going to be taking off the cloth anyway, printing her nude. So I got 2 of these made. I'll make up another one. I think what I'll try to do is, if I can, I'll try to make them just a nice black, glossy black base for each character. Keep our museum. I think that's what we'll do. Since her gloves are white, I'm gonna paint them as well as I do the outfit. And then I'll maybe touch them up later. Try and get a lot of this done. I went on DeviantArt this weekend and I found a bunch of Jessica Rabbit AI art. So I was kind of just trying to find stuff for the voting, and I came across some that has a little bit more pop to her makeup than like the cartoon. So I think we're going to try to follow some of that artwork instead, make it a little bit more not realistic, but man, I guess a little bit more. But at least have the makeup a little bit better, I guess. I think it'll turn out good. The Star Trek O'Hara outfit should be fun. I'm thinking, should we do a short skirt on her or a longer skirt? Like show a little bit of the booty in the back, or no? Because we could do like a skimpy outfit Star Trek, or we could do a little bit more non-skimpy. I don't know, I'm trying to think of what we should do on that one. I did come across one picture that they put her in a Star Trek outfit, but it was not very good art, so I didn't really save it. That's what I was thinking, Raccoon. A little bit of the under cheek to show, but what I might have to have Raz do is when he prints the Jessicas, he might have to get a Star Trek symbol for her chest. Print that out as well. Would you mind doing that too, Raz? I figure that'll save us a lot of time where I can just attach that later. When we print out the Jessicas, we'll need a Star Trek symbol for her chest. You know, like whatever. Raccoon. So I mean, I was thinking we can, you know, we don't have to do. We could do the Star Trek outfit, but we can have a little fun with it. You know. If we want to show some cleavage, we can do one of two things. We can stylize the shirt to have like cleavage showing. We could put I mean, we could come up with our own little outfit. We don't have to do exactly the Star Trek outfit, but basic shape, you know? So I guess, like, while I'm kind of working here, I've been working on this item while I'm doing some sculpting this weekend. So we could do this shirt sort of like this, right? We can have this shirt sort of opened like that, or we could do something a little bit stylized where we can have it kind of comes to a point in the center type thing, you know? We could do a shirt like that. So we could mess around with some ideas. And if you got any examples, you're more than welcome to, you know, get in the Patreon and post some pictures too for O'Hara outfit. So if you got some ideas or you think you saw something that looks, just post away. I think you could post some links in like a reply, and then we can look at the links. If you can't post any links, you can just email me, and then I could post them. So I mean, if you want to look around for some Star Trek like cosplay girls or outfits, and if you think you find anything that might kind of look like O'Hara but with a little bit of tweaking, we could kind of do that. I mean, it's basically a Star Trek one-piece outfit, so it's not going to be that difficult to make. But we can sort of have fun with it. Covering the blue line that I'll have to paint in the back for painting because it's too close to the skin to all screwed up. We'll do it on the front too. Hey, what's up, Iceman? Hey, Iceman, wasn't it last week you were talking about your paint was spraying drops? I think it was you, right? because my spray can is spraying drops, but I found out why. I figured I'd show you what's going on with mine, is maybe this is what the problem is of yours. So, grab a piece of paper. I'm gonna grab a piece of paper real quick. What's up, Wells? Let's get this out of here. Let's keep pulling this. Alright, so on my spray bottle here, right? So see my spray bottle here. So this is the and you have this little red piece up here. Right, so when I spray my bottle out like this, I was getting drips. What happened is there's a little hole over here, and I'm spraying a line of paint into the little round piece here, right? And then what happens is it's starting to drip and splatter all over here. So that little, there's like a little tiny hole going in this direction. So I don't understand why it's like right here, and it's spraying down like that. See how that little thing, so it's spraying down like there, and it's just causing like drips and splits all over the place. So it's like a little hole underneath here for some reason, inside the red area. So maybe you have a little hole and it's either coming underneath the thing and causing issues. So if you have a top like this, but yeah, it's weird when I spray this, it just has this stream of paint coming down right from there. So that's what's wrong with this one. It was working fine for about a good hour, and then all of a sudden I started spraying and it just started bleeding in all over here and it just started causing issues. So that's what's wrong with this can. So I don't know, maybe yours is sort of having the same issue with some bleeding under there. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, maybe you have a problem with this part and it's just seeping under here and then it's causing drops. I don't know. But yeah, this can, I was spraying the bottom of Lola's base, and all of a sudden I was holding the can like this, and all of a sudden all this stuff, drops was coming down my finger. My whole finger was coated, so. Alright, well maybe you just got a defect, something's wrong with it. Yeah, I got the AC on too, so that's what that noise is. We had these amazing weather days for like a week, and all of a sudden it just got hot as hell today. It sounds like you just got some shitty cans, and the manufacturer probably just making them pretty crappy. I wish I could be more help, but that's all I've come across. Sounds good. That's what works for you in the end. Just go that route. Acrylic paints, depends on what brand you're sanding. Some acrylic paints don't really sand that well because they're like more of a, think of acrylic as more as like a rubber plastic almost. So I haven't really came across a lot of acrylics that you can sand very well. The Jesse's Garage Kit Flesh Tones used to be able to sand amazingly. But no, acrylic really is not meant to be sanded. Vallejo is still better than Createx or Tamiya. Because at least with a Vallejo, once they sort of dry, you can sand them down a little bit. But stuff like Createx, what happens is it if it's really, because it's like a rubber, when you sand it sort of peels instead of sands, so it'll cause an issue of like a layer of primer and then a layer of paint. Yeah, that's why a lot of people like enamels and lacquers, but even some lacquers and enamels can't really sand too well either, so goal is really not to sand your paints. You're supposed to just be able to paint on and then you're done. Createx is the worst though. Like you spray Createx on, if you spray heavy, forget it. After that, it's done. Hey Craig, I don't use lacquers or enamels. I use mostly acrylics. And varnish, I use the acrylic varnish stuff. So that's why I don't use gloves. You said you're in Japan? So a lot of the paints in Japan are different than the ones in America. America paints, they really like don't allow certain chemicals in the paints, so they're not as bad. And then again, I don't really give a crap. But also, I find that it's very hard to touch an item and work with gloves on. A lot of the acrylics I get on my hand, like, you know, like if you get like regular acrylic paint, you know, like Createx, Liquitex, this acrylic paint, it really doesn't like seep into your skin. It just kind of causes a layer, and then you can use soap and it comes right off. So yeah, I usually, this skin tone is all acrylic paint. It's not enamels or lacquer, so I mean, you shouldn't breathe it in. You know, I have an airbrush booth and I try to wear a mask if I spray heavy. But as far as like handling the harsh chemicals, I don't really use those lacquers and stuff too much. I know in Japan and China they have different rules and regulations, and they might have like lead in their paints. But in America, you're not allowed to have like lead paint at all anymore. So, like a lot of the sideshow statues, their stuff is like, you know, like hard as a rock. So all this acrylic paint that I painted on her, if I strip it in acetone, the paint turns into the color of the paint and it dissolves. A lot of the sideshow stuff that I dissolve in acetone with whatchamacallit, with acetone and their stuff, it comes off in a layer and it just like floats on the paint, like in the acetone. So it's definitely a stronger paint over there. But I mean, I think no matter what chemical you use, it's going to seep into your skin, you know. I guess it's just a matter of, can you handle it, can't you handle it, do you react to it, do you not react to it. Should have did this with the blue too, what was I thinking? Yeah, no problem. You ask anything you want. I mean, I look at it this way. We're all going to the 6 feet under anyway, so I might as well have fun while I'm doing it. It's not like I'm a teenager anymore where I gotta be careful. Hell, half the shit I did as a kid anyway, I'm shocked I made it this far, so. Yeah, you did it right. Got out of the States, got married out there. That's a good plan. Like I said, I'm just having fun. You know, whatever. You know, I know people who've smoked all their lives and they're fine, and there's other people who've never put a cigarette to their mouth and they ended up with cancer or something, so. Just whatever. I also found too, when I tried using gloves with a statue, I would find out I would have like paint on the glove and I didn't realize it, and then I would like touch something and then I realized I got paint everywhere. So I'm constantly washing my hands. Yeah, it could be genetics, and also could be like Oreo cookies, you know. God only knows what the hell we're putting in our bodies, so whatever. I just don't like wearing gloves. I mean, when I strip down statues, or if I'm using like some crazy stuff in the garage, or if I'm, you know, mixing resin, that's different. I'll put gloves on. But when I'm painting an item, it's just I don't want to accidentally get like the glove with paint stick everywhere. Yeah, Tamaya or Tamiya, whatever the hell you call them, they got like alcohol in them, right? I think they're a little bit different. I guess they're acrylic, or they're not really enamel though, are they? They're like alcohol based, I think. So those, if I was to spray heavy with those, I would wear a mask at least. But I've never had a problem with them like getting on my hands. There's a couple guys I know that can't even wear latex because they're allergic to latex gloves. So they have to use the nitrile ones. There's a couple guys I know that can't mix resin because they're allergic to the fumes of the resin. They can work on a statue, but they can't mix the resin. So, I don't know. I guess it's all depends on if you have a reaction or not. Oh, so you're allergic to latex? Yeah, I've heard that with people, so they don't use the gloves. Yeah, I wouldn't thin the airbrush primer unless they tell you to. Like if you watered down primer and tried to prime something, it would probably bleed all over the place. You get like those like wet spots. Yeah, be careful with that. The only problem with nitrile gloves is if you use acetone, they melt. So you got to use like latex gloves for acetone. At least when I strip my statues, because the nitrile, what happens is sometimes they break apart and they start bleeding in the glove. So I try to get a box of latex gloves on hand when I have to strip stuff down. Yeah, nitrile does not like acetone at all. I mean, it's not like if you put your hand in acetone, it's not going to like, unless you have like an allergic reaction to acetone, it's not going to like put you in a hospital. I mean, it could, I guess, if you have a reaction, but it just feels your hands get a little bit like cold and it seeps into your skin a bit. But yeah, you want to use latex at least. And I'm not saying latex is going to last forever in acetone either, so I'll use latex gloves when I strip something down, and then afterwards I throw them away. If I have to really like do a bunch of acetone work, I'll double up the latex. So I'll put 2 latex gloves on. I really don't like nitrile gloves too much because they're very they're just, I don't know, I'm not really a fan of them, but the only reason why I have a bunch of them is because a friend gave me a couple boxes, so I'll use them. But in the end, I really don't, I'd rather have latex gloves. They're easier. I don't like, well, the duplicate gloss back is good, but you need to do primer sealer before you do the gloss black. I find that the gloss black doesn't really stay glossy on regular primer, so you need the primer sealer. So, from my experience, once you get the item all ready and done, if you want to use their gloss black, right, you need to do primer sealer. So this is just basically primer, but it goes on really, really smooth here. And then if you want to use like the gloss black, that goes on pretty, because what happens is here, this gloss black seeps into like the primer, like this is like filler primer red oxide, and it sort of seeps into it, and it doesn't like get a smooth surface. But if you spray this over this at the end, this goes on nice and smooth, and then you can do this and it stays glossy. But I don't use gloss black anymore unless I'm going to do chrome work. I use universal black, which is really goes on really good with this can. And it's not glossy, but it's not like flat. It's kind of like a nice, it does have sort of a gloss to it, but it's not like mirror gloss. So I like using the universal black. This can goes on really, really smooth and nice. So primer as a top coat? What do you mean by that? This is my system if I want a gloss black. So I use primer filler, primer sealer, and then gloss black. Because this seals prime surfaces and improves gloss. This is why you do this. So alright, we're looking pretty good with masking. Got most of what we needed to mask up. Got to clean up this area. Let's put this stuff to the side. some of the silly putty starts to sag down because of the heat, even though I got the AC on. Alright, so I had a bottle of, this should be it. Yeah, it's going to be the darkest part of the white. I think it just needs a little bit of water in there. I hate how this camera always does that. I can't even touch it. Yeah, we had a good run on good weather. Now it's just got hot again. I'm gonna kick on the airbrush for you so I get kind of a little bit loud. So this is like a bluish gray. It's not that dark of a color. Her gloves are white, right? I'm almost positive they were white. Yeah, they were white. Had a little bit of bleeding with the water I mixed. No problem, Craig. Have a good one. So this is Wicked Colors white and mixed with some like black from Vallejo. Sometimes this Wicked Colors white like dries enough where you can sort of sand it. Well, what happened is I put water in there because it was too thick, and I think a little water was in the cap, so it bled. But if you blow dry a little bit and you don't like grind sanding it, like grind it, it'll sand down and you can get it smooth again. So just you just have to kind of like just lightly sand it. This is like the 3M sandpaper that I kind of glued on the stick, so you can sort of see the little blue, like the spots of water that kind of bled there. But yeah, if you just kind of like just let it just go lightly and just kind of, it'll sand it down smooth again. And this right here I think is something I missed with primer. So if you just do it slow and just kind of let the sandpaper sort of sand it down without trying to grind it and harshly sand it, you can get away with it. You just got to know your paints. You got to just know, like, if you oversprayed and it's so thick a paint, it's never going to sand down correctly for a while till it dries. But the white paint from every company sort of is like charcoal. I mean, not charcoal, like chalk. And you sort of easier to sand it down. I don't know, it's weird. But you'll start to see a spot form. So I'm like taking down the little extra bleed. There's a little bit of spot right here. There's one right here. So I just gotta slowly sand it. That's the only problem with white paint. It'll pick up a lot of stuff. But I didn't spray too heavy either, so. Actually, this might be more of a Aves issue than primer. I thought it was primer, but I guess it might have been Aves. I sort of didn't see. So you can kind of see. Getting a little bit closer there for you. And this is fine sandpaper too, so. Getting there. I guess it, like I said, I guess it was Abe's. So. Yeah, it's a little bit of a dent in there too, so. Now I got a lot of paint off, I could use a fresher piece. I'll probably sand it down a little bit better. Any other spots? Alright, so next I'm going to spray the white onto it, and hopefully that darker red, the darker grayish blue won't stand out as much. Going back to the gray. Now, just for fun, I'm not going to do a lot. I'm going to water down some Createx Pearl White, and I'm going to mist it onto it. Not a lot, just a little bit. So not that it's flat, but not that it's glossy as all hell. Okay, now that that's sort of there, whenever I do pearl, and I don't want it to like be strong pearl, you flatten it down afterwards. That'll give you like sort of that spandex look. So we'll hit it with some flat varnish. Love the varnish, but hate how it clogs. a little bit of a spot I gotta hit underneath the hair, and I think we're good. And let this dry up a bit. I did a base coat of this bluish gray white, and then I hit some more white on top of it, and then I did the pearl misting white. So it's got some white highlights, but some shades. It's probably hard to see here. I'll bring it over to the other camera. Might be able to see a little bit better. Might be able to see a little bit better, but it's the camera's not showing a lot. So what it is because I missed some pearl, you're getting highlights and stuff. But there is white, like a 90-80% white there, I guess. I have my camera set on spotlight for when I filmed. I didn't change it. Maybe you see a little bit better there. Yeah, it's very glue. It's a blue. When you look at the two bottles next to each other, you can see the difference. You can see the difference between the two. So this is like my shade and this is my white. So yeah, there's a little bit of like shadows and the bluish gray in the cracks here. I shadowed some underneath there. Definitely underneath the booty here. But since I missed it with pearl, the pearl sort of grabs some light and it's sort of hard to get in the color, you know. I really do wish these cameras could just turn them on and they just show the damn color. Hold on. I don't know. Like I said, every time I mess with this camera for here, it's either blue or it's like bright orange. Come on, we're learning. We're learning as we go. I wish they had a thing for studio. Yeah, I'm not following the reference to T wells. I'm sort of doing my own little take on it. That's just sort of, you know, the character. Unless you think I should put some other colors in. Damn it! What was the last setting I had? I used to have a good setting in here, and I don't know what happened to it. Sorry, just bear with me. I had a really good setting in here a couple weeks ago, and somehow I lost it. Yeah, see, it's there. It's just maybe that's as best as I'm gonna get it for right now. You know, I don't want to put too much shade onto her, because you know, with white, you sort of you start to make it muddy. I mean, I don't know if you guys want me to put some like purples or something in there. I think I have another image of her, don't I? No, that's... I mean, a lot of the image I was using, it's mostly whites, but I don't know, you guys want to see some purples in there? I used to have, that Payne's Gray would have been good, but I don't have the Payne's Gray anymore. Alright, so I have a transparent lavender, but I also have this lavender from Garage Kiss. This is actually still good. We can kind of white down the lavender a little bit, throw a little bit of purple in there. If I can find all my bottles of paint. What did I do with the big bottle of white paint? Here it is. The only thing, whatever I do, I got to make sure I'm able to match up the color a bit when I put the sticker on and I dab it down. Well, we'll tone some of it down. Try to get in the cracks a little bit. So I think that's as far as I'll go with it, so I'll take it down a bit. White's always that one color that you can't screw with too much, otherwise it gets muddy. But with purples and blues, you get away with it. Reds start turning pink. Do another misting of pearl. Alright, this bottle of varnish is kind of on its last leg. Gonna have to filter this out a bit. See if we get enough out of this bottle where Alright, so it's got a sort of a two-tone to it now with purple. Can you guys see it okay? What do you think? A little bit better that way? It's got the purple tint to it now, but it's not overly done. So I guess we'll go with that. So this way when I put the logo up there and after the logo sets, we can dab it with some white and make it look like it's a little bit older. I might have to touch up the gloves a bit, but we'll do that later. That's alright, Raz. Just kind of messing with it. I want to work on the base today, but I think this looks pretty good. I think we could pull off the masking. And then we could do the blue trim next week, and then the hair, and then maybe the shoes as well. Or we could do the shoes now. Maybe we could do the shoes. Let's pull off the masking now. I just, but then again, I don't want to scrape it. White's be a pain in the ass. Alright, well, let's pull it off and just see. Let's see how things look. We'll see how the skin starts to pop too, you know. One thing about the white paint, sort of dries out really fast, but you can still sort of mess up your item. But most of the time I haven't had an issue, unless it's like a darker paint. Yeah, it's definitely gonna have a nice tan look. I'm gonna have to touch up some of the edges. I didn't realize we would go with a purple, so it's alright. This glove here is going to get kind of messy anyway because I got to put the basketball in at the end. So that's going to be a little bit of a tricky glue it in type thing and build around it. Yeah, she's definitely got that golden tan skin to her. She's kind of cool. Something a little different. Uh-oh. Looks like we had a little bit of an opening. So, usually it's a good thing to do your coats. Get this little piece in. White paint. Luckily, with the varnished clear coat, kind of get it off pretty well. Yeah, I think we'll do the boots, shoes next time. We'll do the shoes, the trim, and the hair next time. Because if I try to turn her upside down, I might scrape some stuff. But once we do a nice blue trim on her, and get that hair going, I think she'll pop pretty well. Now, I'm not really worried about masking when I pulled it off because I put the masking over the blue trim. So, I'm kind of manhandling it at the moment. That's okay, we'll do that with a paintbrush. A layer, right? Yeah, so I'll have to mix up some of the white and purplish paint, sort of touch up the hand in there, and sort of do some areas here and there on it. But all in all, I kind of like it. Looks good. We'll have to do some touch-ups on the skin and stuff, and yeah, so we'll do the tail, the sneakers, and her hair next week. Hair is kind of like a white platinum blonde, I guess. Let's see, where's I closed that on? No, I didn't close that on, did I? No. Yeah, so her hair is kind of like a platinum white. Yeah, and then the tail will do like a brownish fuzzy bunny tail type thing. Okay, that works. That works. Yeah, we'll let this set up because white's a little tricky. Sometimes if you start to mess up the white, it's a nightmare to get back. Okay. Alright, get you over in the booth to set up. Alright, so I went ahead and I sort of sanded down the base, and then I primed it. I mean, I gloss coated. The problem is it's sort of still showing a lot of imperfections because it's kind of bubbling. So I think what I'm going to do is sand it down again, or maybe to kind of dull it down. I'm just it's so hard to get that gloss coat to go on nice and smooth. There's a couple bubbles formed. And this base wasn't perfect to begin with, so, oh well, it is what it is. I think it looks okay. So now we're going to sort of get messy, but we're going to make this look a little bit better. Let's get, gonna mix up some A's. Kind of been in that sculpting mood this week. So usually when I'm in that sculpting mood, I just want to sculpt and not non-stop. So kind of want to do this tonight. So this is where I'll probably wear some gloves, and then also get out some good tools. So let's get all this stuff out of our way. Gonna need, let's see, I don't want to use that. I'm gonna use, oh, they changed the name from Epoxy Sculpt to, what is it, Safety Solvent? They're calling it something new. I got my batch in. They used to call it Safety Solvent, but now they call it Finishing Solution. Sort of this, it's the same exact stuff, but I guess they're calling it a different name because I guess Safety Solvent was too, my theory is like they makes it sound too dangerous, so they call it Finishing Solution now. Alright, so we're going to mix up A's, and you can do this one of two ways. One, you can just mix up the A's, and you can put it onto where you want it and paint it afterwards, but I'm going to like sort of cheat. I'm going to mix up the A's, but I'm going to throw brown paint into it. The brown paint isn't going to cause a lot of issues, but if you put too much brown paint in, it probably will. So I'll kind of show you how I do this usually. I'll mix up little batches at a time. You don't have to mix up too much because the paint will start drying on you. I mean, in theory, I probably should have just had like brown A's. I think they sell brown, but however you want to do it. You can either sculpt and paint, you can mix paint with it. It gets messy though, so you can't really touch a lot of stuff. So let's just kind of mix this up with our safety solvent. Yeah, I was on, they had, in June, they had a 10% off coupon they sent out. And I needed to order more A's and solution, safety solvent, because I only had 2 containers left in the refrigerator. And I got a couple projects I'll be working on this summer, and I need to have extra. So I figured, let me use the coupon, but then I'm like, where's the safety solvent? And then I read if you read it on the site, it says, finishing solution is safety solvent, just rebranded. So they said in the thing, it's the same exact stuff. So, I don't know, that's my theory. My theory is safety solvent sounds a little dangerous, whereas finishing solution sounds like, oh, you just finish it and you're done, So, but it says the same formula, same thing. Alright, so, like I said, you probably should have, like, either coloring or something, but usually I just kind of just take some brown paint with the red and sort of just mush it in there. See, I'm already making a mess. I might have to paint it anyway, but it kind of just gets rid of the red. So, usually sculpt with the right hand, so I take this glove off. And we take this tool here. Probably take some brown paint right there. Grab some of this paint as well. Get an old paint brush. This one's kind of old and funky. And what we do is just start I didn't have so much wood here, I would have put more brown paint in it, but since there's so much wood, I would really make a mess. I don't think I need to put the rocks into it. I know I talked about putting rocks into it, but I don't know, let's kind of mess with it and go from there. Sort of like paint while you sculpt. Even my computer's blaring. What's that thing? Damn iMac, you can't clean out all the lint and whatever's in it, so... Gonna need to make more turntables because I'm already starting to get this one all messed up. Should make one just for sculpting and one for the airbrush booth. How's that? A little bit better on screen? Keep that in there. Trying to make some dirt around there with the paint, you know. Trying to let the paint sort of dry with the eaves and sort of create something a little weird. I don't know, kind of just winging it. As the acrylic dries on the eaves, it starts to get a little bit crusty, and it sort of kind of works, I guess. It's a little bit weird. bit of a free form that's sticking out. Sort of painted a bit. Some of these areas look a little bit dirt's coming. Oh, this might have been enough leaves that I mixed up too. Might just be enough, or it might be too much. I noticed the batch of A's I have, haven't really used a lot of it because I was painting it so much. It's starting to cure on me faster. I think it's because of the heat. So I gotta start practicing to keep mine in the refrigerator more often. big chunk of this before the saves gets too tough on me. Sure my hands have nothing marks that'll screw it up. wash my hands real quick. See how this is looking with bugs. Yeah, it's I can hear that too, now that you mention it. It's getting there. While I wash my hands, I want to put Lola on just to make sure I'm not, like, I didn't screw something up over there. Just to make sure her foot's not hitting anything like Eve's or something. No, not really. A little bit, but nothing that is going to cause an issue. Yeah, no marks under her foot, so that's good. Just wanted to wash my hands before I attempted that. So we're going to mix up some more A's and do around here. What'll happen is I'll spray black paint down in there to make it look like it's darker in the area. What I might do is I might spray a little bit of black underneath here down the line just to make it like kind of blend together. Now this brush is like old and funky, so when I'm hitting it there, I'm letting sort of those bristles hit other areas just to kind of bring the dirt around. Now I use safety solvent while I was dipping in my brush, so I wouldn't suggest that with paint, but it doesn't really matter because we're making it messy anyway. So, do you think I should put some rocks in there though? I mean, we got some time, it's not curing yet, but... I'm not going to mix brown paint in this batch because I need it to be a little bit softer, so we're going to kind of paint over it. I have these pebbles, so I got a lot of these. I thought I had smaller ones. I might have thrown those out. Let me see. Not in this drawer. I don't know if they were the ones the bag broke open. Not in that drawer. If they're not over here, then I might have thrown them out. I don't think I did though. Alright, I did have the bag. I have these smaller ones. The only problem is I'm not sure if they're gonna stick well. So let's get the eaves around there and then go from there. I just don't want to throw a bunch of pebbles down there and get it into the little slot for bugs. but I need to keep checking bugs in and out, so I can put a little silly putty there, but I gotta be careful. Hey, what's up, ladies, man? Yep, he's peeking through and he's getting a good picture at Lola. We're slowly getting there. Gonna have to put some of this fresher eaves here, so it might grab the pebbles when I put them in better. stay. We may have to do a little bit of one at a time. Oh no, the color's gonna be a little off though. Or do you think I should put a lot more of those in there and then stain it afterwards? Kind of stain them a little bit darker, I guess. Gotta check Lola's foot again over here. I think that's good enough dirt around bugs, right? I think that looks pretty decent. Let me wash my hands again real quick. Grab Lola. She's looking. Hopefully her left foot isn't hitting anything crazy. Nope, looking good over there. Yeah, so I think that looks good. Not really hitting, so we got to finish up over here. Before we finish up this area, so we're going to throw in some rocks, but I think the white rocks that I have are too light, so I think we need to find smaller of the brown ones, and then I could probably put them in there. I want to try to keep it more dirt looking, but I know they are bigger. I don't know, if I put in the smaller rocks, I'm gonna have to stain them. You know, like if I put smaller, that's what I didn't want to do. So let's save ourselves the hassle later if it happens. Unless I put a lot of white rocks around the bottom here and then stain this area later. So what we can do is we can throw a lot of rocks down here. Stay there. Yeah, but it's sort of loose. Well, see what happens. Maybe we can stain it now too. It's not the best tweezers for this. Just start doing it this way. Not sure if these are going to stay in though. I'm gonna try a wash on it now. I got a brown. Where the hell is the brown wash? I don't know where it is. Just want to see what happens if I use some transparency brown oxide on the rock. This might be too thick, so I'll use some water. Check bugs. Wash my hands real quick again. I don't want to get that messed up. So bugs just fitting in here. That looks pretty good. So I'm gonna get an airbrush and do a little black in there, and then I think after that we touch up. Ah, she's here. Do it here. The airbrush makes it. had a transparency open. It was maroon. For some reason I can't find it. I have to open up another one. It's brown tint. It's not maroon. It's brown tint. I thought it was foam maroon. Since I have some left in the brush. So you got some packages outside. Alright, I think I just need to let it dry and then do some touch-ups. I mean, I could throw more rocks down, but I would have to do something where like I glue it and then they stay, because otherwise they'll just fall off. I mean, it looks like he's burrowed through, I would say. What I need to do is dull it down, but I'm going to have to sort of dull it down after it cures. If I start trying to throw a, any of that flat varnish on here, and then if I have to like sort of mix it with the eaves again or something, it'll start caking up on me. So it's better to sort of let this sit, do some touch-ups with brown paint if I miss, because there probably is some areas with like red paint I got to touch up, you know, like the red eaves. So I'll wait to like touch those up, and then I can flat coat it so it's not super shiny. The good thing about staining and giving the wood a nice wood varnish is if like you make a mistake like that, you can just kind of wipe it off. So that's kind of like a bonus. And then if it sort of dries, you can almost kind of go in with your fingernail and sort of scrape it off. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the base. I think the idea worked out pretty well. He fits in there pretty well. I'm not seeing anything underneath of him keeping him up. And it definitely looks like he's coming out pretty well. So I think I could probably do a little bit of black around the bottom of his body so it kind of blends a little bit more. And then after that, I think that's it for that. Like I said, the round the base is not perfect, but then again, this base wasn't perfect to begin with. So that's alright. I think we got the point across. Now really starting to focus on the marble. Just got to focus on Lola. So these brushes, not this one, but this one's shot. This one's shot. Before I spill all my rocks all over the places, let me Alright, so I would say the base is pretty much there. I think that's good enough for it. And I think Lola's going to stand out pretty well, having a white shirt on it. Standing up pretty well. I'm going to pull out Harley because I glossed up her base too. But I still got to get the red paint to finish her leg. So Harley's kind of in limbo for a little bit until I can get this paint. I'm going to see if I can hit the art store next week. And then I can maybe do my Joann's run too, because I got to see about some parts for another statue. But Harley's pretty much there. It's just a matter of touching up those legs and finishing everything up. Let's get her. Well, we got to do her neck too, that's right. Do that another time. Let's get her. So Lola is looking pretty good. We got Bugs checking her out. Harley's looking good. I went ahead and glossed up the base, as you can see. I glossed it up, I sanded it down, I glossed it up again, I sanded it down, and I glossed it up one more time, but after that, that's about it, because it's going to start like bubbling, but I think it works pretty good for her. Get this picture off. Look. Yeah, they're getting there. Sorry about the camera. I don't know if it's too bright or something's going on. But Lola's looking pretty good. The base is coming together finally. So next week we'll try to finish up Harley if I could get these paints. I gotta do touch-ups off camera. But I just gotta get the red paint for in here. And then we'll do her neck. And that's about it for Harley. Like a final video for her, but her, we're just gonna keep plugging away on it. Basketball is done. We'll do the tail next week as well. So next week's gonna be a lot of paint work. Where's my glasses? Here we are. But Harley is looking good. Little touch-ups here and there, paint up the neck. Gonna have to hit black underneath the boot. For some odd reason this key's not flush. I don't know what's going on here. It used to be flush. You can see the key here a little bit. I don't know what happened there. It's a little weird. I'm gonna have to hit it with some black paint. Something happened here. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's not flush for some reason. I thought it was. Oh, I might have screwed that up. I'll see what I can do during the week. Maybe I'll have to put a little eaves in here, put a little saran wrap, fill this in a little bit. It's flush on the other foot. I don't know, something happened there. But other than that, Harley's looking pretty good. Kind of get a little bit close. Hair looks pretty good. Yeah. What I'll do is, you know, when I get up the final video, I'll have some nice pictures taken. I'll go over her one more time, do all the touch-ups, fix up underneath the leg. Looks like I gotta clean up this base piece that's bothering me. So if I have some extra A's, like tomorrow or Monday, I'll fill it in. I might have to touch it up with paint again. But yeah, it's, for some odd reason I thought I had it right. So I think what will happen is until we get the Jessica's finished up, you know, until we get those started, I'm gonna work on these other two items too, here and there on stream. Like if, say like we paint her next week and she's got to dry, I figured I know what I'm gonna do with these other two. So I was working on stuff yesterday. Camera. Alright, doesn't want to stay down. So I'm gonna do, what's her name? I'll find the pictures of what I'm gonna follow. So for the one with hold on, let me get these pictures. So this one right here, I'm going to turn into Invisible Woman. So I didn't realize in my box, because what I'm trying to do is get rid of all my box of parts. And these are side items, because I had extra A's. So I kind of added the head. So this is a Kate Beckinsale Underworld head. I think it was sculpted by Troy McDivitt. I remember there was a kit done a while back. And I got an extra head, and I was going to use it for another statue. I think I was going to use it for that Vampirella that we did the 7 of 9. But, because I used this head in the past for that statue with a Wonder Woman, and I forgot I had this head, so I'm going to turn this into a Visible Woman, but off that Fantastic Four outfit. So that's going to be something just kind of like on the side. And then this one right here is going to be, whatchamacallit, what's her name? Jean Grey, Marvel Girl, you know, in her green skirt outfit. So this is a Wonder Woman head from a kit I got from a guy. So I put this head on her. I'm using the ears that Raz printed out for me, because these didn't have ears on them. So I'm just kind of reworking this. This even though their chests look a little big, they're going to be toned down for what I'm going to do. But yeah, so just kind of some side projects of it you might see me work on here and there. Till we get these two done, and then we get the Jessicas voted on, and Braz gets them printed out. These are kind of be like in between. Just trying to purge a lot of stuff that's collecting dust on the shelf. So that's kind of some things you might see here and there when I'm working on stuff. I just needed extra items for extra A's. I needed extra stuff when I'm like in a garage chopping stuff up and I'm dirty. I got something I could kind of work on too. So I think with the Invisible Woman, I'm going to try to do like something with her powers. I got an idea for Jean Grey. I don't think I'm going to go too crazy with it. Yeah, well, for her hair, I was gonna do the short hair, but I'm gonna do the longer hair. Like I said, I'm trying to get rid of a lot of parts and stuff. So for Sue Storm, I have this this hair from the Black Canary sideshow. So what I was thinking of doing is sort of utilizing this hair on it, but kind of like blend it in, you know. So I think this will kind of look pretty cool. The sort of basically, don't think of it like I'm gonna use the front as is. I'm gonna be using the back of it mostly and kind of re-sculpt into it. So that this will sort of be like there, sort of, I guess. Because this hair usually has the short hair. And I think for Jean Grey, I have the, it's over here. I didn't pull it out. So I'm sitting on 2 of the Jean Grey hairs from the new premium format. So what I'm thinking of doing is sort of utilizing this hair for this one, you know. I gotta chop it out and then put it on, and then because I have to sculpt her mask, so I gotta make sure I have hair for it. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do with this probably. For Storm's chest, though, it's going to be a see-through 4 because it doesn't have just a 4 there. It's got a see-through. So I'm doing that just so I could practice with the eaves on. I got an idea on how to do it, so I'm going to try to do that. And for Jean Grey's body, I got an artwork that actually has more of a leather-looking outfit, and I'm going to try to follow that one. So, but I think these two will look pretty cool if I kind of utilize these hairs on this, you know. Maybe. I'm not really sure yet. It's side items. I don't want to go too crazy spending a lot of time on like customizing them. Kind of stuff I just want to get off the shelf and out of the house. I got just way too many items. So, you know, I got the Harley, I got the Lola, so I'm going to have Jean, I'm going to have Invisible Woman, and then over on my statue of parts for future customs, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I got 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got like 10 extra items of sideshow stuff I have to kind of do on side up projects to get rid of. And then I got 3 anime kits I want to do. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff I got to kind of focus on. Oh, and then I got another one in my, no, 2 more. So I got 12. So I got 2 sitting in my module cases I want to customize and get rid of. So yeah, I have way too much stuff. I got to kind of just get them out the door. So, but I think with as we go forward, though, once the Jessicas are done, then we can kind of figure out more 3D prints to kind of do projects with. And then I got to post this weekend the Mary Jane from the Deja Thoris. I finally got caught up on her with her t-shirt, so I'll post that. I got to edit that video and everything too. So, yeah, got a lot of stuff to do. But that's what I'm going to call it for today. Hopefully we'll be ready next week to do the trimming, the hair, the shoes, kind of really get her done. And then if I could get a lot of those, if I get the base fixed on Harley, which I'm going to try to do, and then if I can get the, whatchamacallit, the paint for her, I can finish her up, and then we can do the necklace. I might just do the neck off camera and get it done, and then finish her up. Alright, that's where I'm calling it, guys. Appreciate you stopping by. We'll try to get back on these next week. But Lola's looking pretty good. Happy with the base so far. So you guys have a good rest of your holiday weekend, and see you next week.